we have to see the Tritiya Pada of the Tritiya Adhyaya. Sarva Vedanta Pratyayam Chodanadi Abhiseshat. Brahma Jnanam, understanding the truth, knowledge being the same, you tell him not to make noise. The understanding of the truth cannot differ from person to person. It cannot differ from Upanishad to Upanishad. A fact being the same, the understanding has to be the same, whether in the Vyasa's mind, in the case of Vyasa, or in the case of Shankaracharya, or in the case of Bhagavan Krishna, or in the case of you and me. The understanding has to be the same. The truth is the same. And therefore, there cannot be, the Upanishads cannot differ from one another. That's why all the Upanishads have the same Tatparyam. There is no difference between one Upanishad and another Upanishad. The vision is the same. If the vision has to be the same choicelessly, then how can there be a Purvapakshi against it? It is obvious that Jnanam is Vastu Tantram, understanding is always true to the nature of the fact, and the fact doesn't change from it's not, there is no subjectivity in it, and therefore what is obvious really? It is obvious, and why should there be even a Purvapakshi, a scholar, should be able to understand that the nature being the same, the understanding also is the same. But then why this topic here? Then what is it that can look to differ from Upanishads to Upanishad, from person to person? That is called Saguna Brahma Upasana. Saguna Brahma Upasana is different from understanding Nirguna Brahma. Brahman is Nirgunam, but that is its nature. If I have to worship Brahman, then I have to associate certain form to it. If I have to think of Brahman in terms of certain physical features, that makes it Saguna, Saguna Brahma Upasana. Now these Saguna Brahma Upasanas, because all Upasanas are about only Saguna Brahma. By nature Brahman is Nirgunam. You can't have Nirguna Brahma Upasana. When it becomes a matter of Upasana, it becomes Saguna, because I have to associate some physical features with Brahman in order to facilitate Upasana. I cannot think of the Nirgunam. I can be Nirgunam, I can't think of it. If I have to think of the Nirgunam, then I have to associate some Saguna qualities. I have to think of the truth, just as I can't think of myself as unlimited. I can be unlimited. But in order to think of myself, I have to associate myself with a form. I can only think of myself as a form. I can't think of myself as unlimited. I can be unlimited. I cannot think of myself unlimited. Similarly, I cannot think of the Nirguna Brahma. And in order to think of Nirguna, in order to think of the unlimited, I have to associate some limited form. Therefore, as thought of by me, the truth becomes sagunam. Even though it is by nature nirvisesham, nirgunam, but as thought of by me, as worshipped by me, it becomes sagunam. It doesn't become sagunam by nature. Sagunatvam, the guna is not its nature. It is associated by me. Therefore, saguna Brahma upasana, like I think of Rama, the Param Brahma, in the form of Rama. That is saguna Brahma upasana. I think of Param Brahma in the form of Krishna. I can think of Param Brahma in the form of my parents. I can think of the truth, the Brahman, the unlimited truth, in the form of Ganga. A form, in the form of thinking of the truth in a given form, makes that truth sagunam. Now these saguna Brahmas are also given because when you teach the truth, alongside teaching the truth, you should also teach man how to rise to the occasion to understand it. The preparatory steps also should be taught. When you teach the truth, you should also teach the preparatory steps. If you don't teach the preparatory steps, then even if you teach the truth, that person just lags behind. Therefore, that Brahma Upasana is called preparatory step. Bhakti is a preparatory step. Inculcating in the student the values, spiritual values, are preparatory steps. Karma Yoga is a preparatory step. Self-control is a preparatory step. Now, without teaching these preparatory steps, Mahavakya doesn't include any preparatory step. Mahavakya only pertains to the nature of the truth. The truth is unlimited, which is the source of everything, and that unlimited truth thou art. That is the Shastram. Shastram pertains only to teaching the nature of the truth. But the Shastram also teaches the preparatory steps. And one of the preparatory steps that the Vedanta teaches is Brahma Upasana. I hope you are able to follow this. And these Brahma Upasanas seem to differ from Upanishads to Upanishads. They seem to differ in their tenor. They seem to differ in their detail. And this seeming difference, even just as Brahma Jnanam is the same in all the Upanishads, here Brahma Sutra comes up with the topic, even Brahma Upasana is the same. The details may be different, but the topic is the same. The truth is the same, because it is the same truth that is a matter for understanding. It is the same truth that is a matter for worship also. You can't worship anything other than the unlimited. Therefore, just as Brahma Jnanam doesn't differ, understanding Brahman doesn't differ from, the unfoldment of the nature of Brahman doesn't differ from the Upanishad to Upanishad. Even Brahma Upasana does not differ from Upanishads to Upanishads. That is being said here in these sutras. Sarva Vedanta Pratyayam. Sarva Vedanta Pratyayam. All the Upanishads put together are called the Vedanta. It is a part of Veda. Upanishads, even though it is Brahma Vidya, it's not outside Veda. It is Vedanta, it is the final topic of Veda. Veda has many topics, but Brahma Vidya is the final topic. Why do you say it is the final topic? Because there the very Jivatvam resolves. Where my Jivatvam resolves, that is the final topic. After the Jignasa, when the Jignasa itself resolves, when the Jivatvam itself resolves, I am not there as an individual to have the desire for something else. The very desirerness resolves. The very studentness resolves in this Vidya. The student-topic relationship resolves. Like in the deep sleep state, the very way the individuality resolves. In the deep sleep state, you can't look for another topic. In the deep sleep state, you can't look for another topic. Because where there the individuality, the identity of being an individual, the identity of being a person who looks out for a topic is not there. Where the individuality itself resolves, there is no topic, there is no study. And therefore, Brahma Vidya is considered to be the final topic. The final topic means there is no topic after that. Meaning, after understanding oneself, there is nothing more to understand. Yasmin vijñāte sarvam vijñātam bhavati. Having understood which, everything becomes understood. In knowing one's existence correctly, the whole universe also is understood as made of it. When the water is understood, all the waves are understood as made of it. When the gold is understood, all the ornaments are understood as made of it. Therefore, Vedanta must be understood correctly. Vedanta means the final topic for Jiva. The final topic. It's not something which is followed by another topic. Karma Kanda can be followed by another topic. Rituals can be followed. In fact, in Veda, every topic is followed by another topic. Every desire is followed by another desire. Every achievement is followed by another achievement. Every struggle is followed by another struggle. But Vedanta is not followed by another topic. You can't quickly accomplish Vedanta. You can't think that let me quickly complete Vedanta and then do something else. No. Vedanta means where your very individuality is resolved. That is why it is said Sarva Vedanta Pratyayam. It is the vision of the entire Vedanta. Not only the knowledge is, the nature is the vision of the entire Vedanta, even the worship, the Brahman as an object of worship, Brahman as an object of meditation, Brahman as an object of upasana is the same. It is the same in all the Upanishads, and therefore it is the vision of the entire Vedanta. What about the nitty-gritty details? They don't count. The topic is the same, and the sankalpa is the same. The topic is Brahman. In which form you worship it, the form doesn't become the topic. the symbol doesn't become the topic. The kind of the statue doesn't, the kind of statue doesn't matter, is not important, doesn't count. It is the topic is Brahman, but the form in which I worship it is not the topic. If I worship God in the form of Rama, that Rama's form is not the topic. Parameshwara that I worship in the form of Rama. I worship Parameshwara in the form of Rama. If I worship Parameshwara, it is that Parameshwara that is the topic. Therefore, the forms in which we worship Parameshwara, those forms may differ from one another, and they are not the topic. Sarva Vedanta Pratyam means that the topic of Brahma Upasana is the same, and that is the vision of the entire Vedanta. Chodanadi Abhiseshat. That it is that Brahman is mandated as a matter for the truth alone is mandated. Chodana means a mandate. It is Veda that mandates that the truth is a matter for understanding and also a matter for worship. Therefore, whether the truth as a matter for worship as well as understanding is mandated in this Upanishad or that Upanishad, but what is mandated is Brahma Upasana. What is mandated is not the form. What is mandated is the Brahma to be. It is the truth that deserves to be understood. It is the truth that deserves to be worshipped even. Nothing else deserves, nothing else is something that has the status of being worshipable, worshipful. Nothing in this world has the status of being Jneyam, by understanding which I get liberated. That is that kind of status. No object has the status of being Jneyam for me, and no object has the status of being worshipped, because by worshipping which I get my mental purity. Worshipping in no object worshipped can prepare me for Brahma Vidya. No object understood can liberate me. Therefore, it is Brahman that is Jneyam, and it is Brahman that is Upasyam. I hope you are able to follow this point very well. There is no detail in the creation by worshipping which I become pure. By worshipping money I don't become pure. By worshipping any object I don't become pure. By worshipping Parameshwara, which is the truth of everything. And I may worship that truth in any form, but the form is not the topic. But the topic is the topic as Brahman is mandated by all the Upanishads. Brahmopasana is mandated by all the Upanishads. Brahmajnanam is mandated by all the Upanishads. Sarva Vedanta Pratyam. Why? Chodanadi, that it is mandated by Veda. It is not a Laukika mandate. It is not a king's mandate. It is not a Jiva's mandate. It is a Shabda Pramana's mandate. Worship the truth to be mentally peaceful. Understand the truth to get liberated from your sense of limitation. Worship the truth for mental purity, understand the truth for freedom from individuality. This is mandated by every Upanishad. And therefore the Sutra says, Sarva Vedanta Pratyayam, Brahmopasana is common to all the Upanishads. Why? Chodanadi Avisheshat. Because that it is mandated by the Shabda Pramana. That it is a Shabda Pramana mandated is common to the Upasana in every Upanishad. If there is Brahmopasana in one Upanishad, it is mandated by the Veda. Another Upanishad, it is mandated by the same Upanishad which is Veda. Therefore, that it is mandated by the Shabda Pramanam is common to all. And the topic is the same, topic is common. And Sankalpa is common, which is amazing. I want mental purity. In every Upasana, man only looks for either mental purity or Abhyudaya Prapti or Krama Mukti. Krama Mukti is not known to man these days, forget it. But you look for either mental purity or material achievement. And Bhagavan also says man can only pray for either a relief from some problem, artaha. Artaha means you are suffering from something. A man in pain, physical pain, financial pain, mental pain, griha klesha. Some pain is there. So you pray to God in order to get a relief from that pain. That is called artha. A man in pain prays to God to get a relief from pain. An artha. And the second one is artharthi. If you are interested in money, you are going through material want. You are going through material poverty. Like Sudama was artharthi. At least his wife was artharthi. So you resort to, you take to prayer to God in order to get some breakthrough in your material situation. Therefore, artha, artharthi, and there is a third person, jignasu. If a person is interested in understanding the truth, then he needs a lot of mental peace. He needs a lot of control. He needs a lot of patience. He needs every force in this creation to cooperate with him. Because if there is any disturbance, there is a distraction from reflection. Figuring out one's existence as everything is not an ordinary thing. Figuring out one's existence as all-comprehensive is not ordinary. And therefore, either an artha prays, an artharthi prays, or a jignasu prays. Or there is a jnani who has his prayers fulfilled. He is called a jnani. That means he has achieved the result of all his prayers. When he has achieved the results of all his prayers, he is called a jnani. Bhagavan says all the four of them are equally respectable to me. Whether you pray for a relief or you pray for prosperity, abhyudaya prapti, or mental purity, or krama mukti, are all equally respectable to me. Therefore, in every prayer, the sankalpa is the same. God give me mental peace. Or God give me a relief from this problem. Or God give me mental purity. Let there be a right thinking in my mind. So this sankalpa is common to all the upasanas in the Upanishads. The topic is common. And vidhi, that is the chodhanadi, is also, chodhana also is common. Chodhana means, it is mandated. It is not a laukika mandate, it is a Vaidika mandate. Brahmopasana is mandated by the Shabda Pramana. Brahma Jnanam also is mandated by Shabda Pramana. The truth is the topic of Veda, Shabda Pramana, because I don't have the senses, can't pertain to the unlimited. My guessing faculty cannot pertain to the unlimited. My intelligence cannot pertain to the unlimited. The unlimited cannot be an object of a faculty. The unlimited is the source of all the faculties. It is not an object of the faculties. Therefore, something has to come and tell me the truth is not an object of your faculties. The truth is the being behind the faculties, the source of all the faculties. It is your being. You can only be it, you can't objectify it. In this manner, Brahman cannot be the topic of any other laukika pramana, paurusheya pramana. Brahman can be the topic of only apaurusheya pramana, can be Vaidika pramana, can be the topic of Shabda pramana. And therefore the topic for all, in all the upasanas, topic is the same. Sankalpa is the same, the motive is the same, the intention is the same. Hey Bhagavan, give me mental relief. Hey Bhagavan, give me mental peace. Hey Bhagavan, give me mental purity. Hey Bhagavan, give me good health. Hey Bhagavan, let my children be peaceful. Either you ask for your own relief, or you ask for the children's relief, or you ask for the society's relief. Therefore, the sankalpa in all the upasanas is the same. And chodhana is the same. Therefore, chodhanadi avisheshat. Avishesha means being common, non-different. Chodhana is common to all the Upanishads. Chodhana is common to all the upasanas in all the Upanishads. Sankalpa is common to all the upasanas in all the Upanishads. And the topic is common to all the upasanas in all the Upanishads. They being common, Sarva Vedanta Pratyam, it is the vision of the entire Vedanta. Like Brahma Jnanam is the vision of the entire Vedanta, Brahma Upasana also is a vision of the entire Vedanta. Therefore, don't imagine that Jnanam differs from Upanishads to Upanishad, or worship. The details may differ, that's all right. Details don't matter. You don't worship the details, you worship the topic. You worship God in a statue. Statue is immaterial, but the worship goes to the unlimited. And therefore the topic of all upasanas is the same, the sankalpa is the same, and the Chodana is the same, and therefore Brahma Upasana is the same in all the Upanishads. This is the topic of the first Sutra ji. I hope I have explained it away. Bhedat na iti chet na ekasyamapi. Let us read this sutra. Bhedat na iti chet na ekasyamapi. Hey Purvapakshi, if you were to say, there is so much of Bheda in the nitty-gritty details between the Upasana mandated in one Upanishad and the Upasana mandated in the other Upanishad. There is so much of difference. Vaishwanara Vidya is different, Shandilya Vidya is different. Vidya mein, Upasana mein, there is difference hota hai. But then really these are all the differences in the names and forms. That's agunatvam, that guna. But the topic is Brahman. The forms that I associate with Brahman, that forms may differ. In the nitty-gritty details there may be a difference. But the topic is the same. And therefore, Bhedat na iti chet. If you put up an objection that it is the same Upasana in all the Upanishads, it can't be so because there is so much of difference. If you say no. Why? Because in the same Upanishad also there can be difference. Ekasyamapi. So when you talk the language of the names and forms, there will be differences. And if you talk about even a one form, let us say, within that form there are so many differences. If you talk the language of a form, it is full of divisions. If you talk about the table, then the bottom of the table looks different, the top of the table looks different, the sides of the table look different. It is one table, but it is full of differences. Therefore, differences do not make a difference, because the wood is the same. The differences in all the prayers and worships, the various details, the differing details don't matter at all, because the topic is Parameshwara. What you worship is Parameshwara. And the form in which you worship may be having variety. The forms in which I worship, the details in which I worship Parameshwara, those details differ from one another. So what? Bheda na iti chenna ekasyamapi. Even in the same Upanishad there are so many differences. Next verse ji. Swadhyayasya tathatvena hi samachare adhikaracha savavaccha tanniyamaha. Just as in order to understand the truth, you have to have sadhana chatushtaya sampada. You have to have mental peace, ji. And you must have the jignasa. I must have the interest to know the truth. There are preconditions for knowing the truth. Similarly, in the olden days, even to study Veda, there were some preconditions. The Atharva Veda, those who study the Atharva Veda, they are supposed to carry a pot of fire on their head. It's a ritual. Or those who study Atharva Veda are supposed to sit between the fires. There are fires. That means he must have the stamina. He must have the physical and mental stamina to study the Veda. They used to verify whether this person has got stamina or not, perhaps through this fire. Carry fire on your head. Sit between 2 fires, 3 fires, 4 fires. I have seen some people sitting between 4 fires and in the middle of the sun, in the middle of the day, so that there is fire above. There is fire this side, fire that side, fire that side, fire that side, fire that side. Fire. And he is there sitting. In my personal thinking, it is only just to show it, just to test that stamina of the person. There is no other reason for it. How does it help you in studying Veda? It is only just really in those days they had this way of finding out, verifying the stamina. But those who study the other Vedas like Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sam Veda, they don't have to. Therefore, there is a difference between the adhikara, what makes you a student, what can allow you to study Atharva Veda. So the mandate given by Atharva Veda and the mandates given by the other Vedas are different. This is not a difference of upasana. This is a difference of adhikara for adhyayanam. The differences in the adhikaritvam is different from the different. When it comes to the topic, there are no differences. When it comes to the adhikaritvam, means what qualifies you to be a student of Veda. And what qualifies you to be a student of Atharva Veda, what qualifies you to be a student of other Vedas may be different. But the topic of all the 4 Vedas is the same. Thus, distinguish between the adhikaritvam and the topic. That is the topic of this particular sutra. Swadhyayasya tathatvena. It is a mandate for Swadhyaya, for the study. In order to study the Atharva Veda, in order to study, it comes in the Mundakopanishad. Mundakopanishad comes in the Atharva Veda. Therefore, what makes you a student, what qualifies you for studying the Atharva Veda is different from what qualifies you to be a student of other Vedas. That is the mandate for adhikaritvam. It is not really the topic of Veda. Swadhyayasya tathatvena hi. It is a mandate for Swadhyaya. Tathatvena, because it is so for only Swadhyaya. He samachare. Samachare means the portion that talks about the behavior of a person. Samyak acharaha, meaning it is shtachara, the values of a person. That is called samachara. Samyak achara, the various values of a person. In the portions talking about the various values, samachare, adhikaracha, and it all pertains to the adhikara. Adhikara means the qualification of a student to study the Atharva Veda. Sabavacha, like oblations, like havis. Havis differs from Veda to Veda. But the Devatas to whom you offer the Havis do not differ. The topic doesn't differ. In the same manner here also, Sabavacha tan niyamaha. This niyamaha, this mandate, is only for, it is that kind of niyama. It is a rule pertaining to what qualifies a student for the study of the Veda. It is not something that the mandate that qualifies you for studying Veda may differ from the qualification to study Atharva Veda may be different. The qualification to study Rig Veda may be different. The qualification to study Yajurveda, Samveda may be different. But the topic of all the Vedas is the same. So he is trying to show the distinction between the Adhikari Veda, but the Vishaya is the same, the topic is the same. Therefore, Swadhyayasya tathatvena hi samachare in the portion of the samachara, it comes only in the topic of, in the portion of the samachara, and therefore it has nothing to do with the upasana. There is no, upasana bheda may be there, but upasya bheda is not there. Upasana bheda may be there. Therefore, upasya bheda being not there, the topic of worship being the same, even though the worships are many kinds, but what is worshipped is the same. Therefore, the differences in the forms of worship also become nullified. Upasya is the same. Like Savavacha, like Havisvat. Havisvat means like Havi. How Havi can differ from Veda to Veda or from ritual to ritual, but the topic is the same. There is a Chodanadi Abheda. They are all mandated by Veda. And the Sankalpa is for the Vishaya Phala, for the Sukha Vishayam. And Devata is the same. And therefore, Upasanas are many, but the Upasyam is the same. And the sameness of the Upasyam makes also the sameness of the Upasana. The next G. Darshayati cha. Let us read. Darshayati cha. Darshayati cha. And Shruti also shows the same. How does it show? Yada hyeva ishaye tasmin udaramantaram kurute atatasya bhayam bhavati tatveva bhayam vidusho manvanasya tatha vajasneyake pradeshamatra sampaditasya vaishvanarasya chandogye siddhavadupadanam yastvetamevam pradeshamatram abhivimanam atmanam vaishvanaram upasteti. Whether it is Vaishvanara Vidya or it is Taitriya unfoldment, what is said is, it is the same Brahman. It is the Brahman that is described as unlimited, as ununderstood, as it is something not understanding which man has fear. The topic runs through, the same topic runs through all the Upanishads. In Vaishvanara Vidya also it is Parameshvara that is looked upon as stretching from heaven to the earth. It's just an approach. It's just an upasana. Bhagavan is all over. That He is one being He is one being that accommodates both the earth and the heaven. Kind of upasana. You may associate the spatial pervasiveness. You may associate spatial pervasiveness to Brahman, but Brahman is nirvishesha. But to facilitate my worship, in order to make it possible for me to think of Brahman, I have to associate a form, a spatial form to it. That God is present everywhere in this space. This is sagunatvam. Is present. When I think of, in fact also He is the source of everything. But if I have to think of it, then I have to associate a form. That is the difference. To be it is jnanam. Discovering that it is one's being, that is jnanam. Whereas to think of it, to worship it, to pray to it, it means thinking it, requires associating a form. I have to associate a form in order to think of the unlimited. I have to think of Bhagavan is present everywhere. It means what? I have to think of the everywhere means the spatial pervasiveness. And within the spatial pervasiveness, I have to think of Ishvara also as present everywhere. In this manner, even though variety of forms of prayer and worship are there, but what the topic is the same Brahmaniti. I told you in the beginning of the class, he said, whether you worship God in the form of Rama, or in the form of Krishna, or in the form of Govinda, or in the form of anybody, or in the form of some devata, but what you are worshipping is Ishvara. In which form, in any human form you worship, you are not worshipping the human form. You are worshipping only the truth. A glass of water is there. What you drink is water, not the glass. That glass is only a container. Glass helps me to bring water. I don't drink the glass. I drink water and leave the glass. Similarly, even when I worship Gangaji, I am worshipping only Parameshwara in the form of Gangaji. You are not worshipping water. You are not worshipping a form. You are not worshipping an individual. You are worshipping Parameshwara in the form of an individual. If you are worshipping Parameshwara in the form of mother and father also, you are only worshipping not mother and father, you are worshipping Parameshwara in the form of mother and father. And therefore, there is no Sarva Vedanta Pratyayam. That means Upasana Bheda does not amount to any Upasya Bheda. Upasamharaha Artha Abhedat Vidhiseshavat Samanecha Upasamharaha. In one upasana there are some details, in another upasana there are some other details, but you can always combine the various virtues. The qualities of Brahman described in one Upanishad and the qualities of Brahman described in another Upanishad, they can all be upasamhara, means they can be combined. Upasamhara. Artha abhedat. The topic being the same. There is no bheda in the artha. Artha abhedat. The details can be combined, but the topic is the same. Artha abhedat. Vidhi seshavat samanecha. Vidhi seshavat, like even vidhi sesha, like cutting vegetables. Please cook food is called vidhi. And supposing I say cut vegetables, it is a vidhi sesha. What is connected to the primary mandate is what is called vidhi sesha. Go to school is called primary vidhi. And dress up, that is called vidhi sesha. You always include vidhi sesha into vidhi. You don't exclude the vidhi sesha from the vidhi. Just as the vidhi sesha is included in the vidhi, in the same manner, the virtues of the divinity, the qualities of the divinity on which you can meditate upon, those virtues can be combined, mentioned in various Upanishads. In one Upanishad, Brahman is taught as present from the earth to heaven. That is one virtue, let us say, one teaching, as Upasyam. In another Upanishad it is said, Brahman alone is ununderstood. That means it is Jneyam. Brahman alone is to be understood. If you simply think of it, it becomes Upasana. All these various qualities associated with Brahman in various Upanishads can be combined. You can think of Brahman in terms of the various qualities described in various Upanishads, just as you include vidhi sesha into vidhi. Upasamharaha artha abhedat vidhi seshavat samane. See, the topic of the primary vidhi and the topic of the vidhi sesha is the same. Cut vegetables, cook food, cut vegetables, they pertain to the same topic. Because vidhi sesha can never stand separate from the primary vidhi. Similarly, the qualities of Brahman described for meditation, for upasana, for worshipping, cannot stand separate from Brahman. Like your form cannot stand separate from you in avidya. Your money cannot stand separate from being related to you. If it says my money, it stands. It is a vidhi sesha. It relates to me. In the same manner, the virtues of divinity cannot stand separate from the divinity, the Brahman. And all those virtues described in various Upanishads, combine them. Upasamharaha. And also artha abhedat, the topic remaining the same. The details which are necessary for upasana can be combined. Vidhi seshavat, as in the case of the vidhi sesha. Samanecha, and in the case of when the topic is the same, samana. The vidhi sesha, vidhi seshavat samanecha, it should be read together. Like in vidhi and vidhi sesha, both have the same topic, the same purpose, the samanecha. Thus, upasana, the details of the upasana may be different, the virtues read for the upasana may be different, but the upasyam is the same. The topic is the same. The next verse we will see in the next class. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So today is the last class, of this Sunday series. So we are going to reopen the classes on 2nd of July. So please till then, please look after yourself. Hope you will come back for the classes. Please come back. Abba.